Hey guys, Luke here. Before the 2019 NRL season started, I gave a few predictions, but only a few rounds in, and I was looking at them and I was going, yeah, not very good. Pretty shit ass, to be honest. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. I was saying some of that before the season even started. Some of them were just bad. Now, I know we're only 8 rounds in, but I thought it'd be fun if we went back, we took a look at my predictions, and we did a little bit of a review. Essentially, I know they're gonna be shit. I just wanna have a laugh at myself. I'll be honest though, I had this video planned out after round 4, and I gotta say, thank God I wasn't doing it after round 4. Although, to be fair, I don't know if my predictions have got any better. Probably not. Only one way to find out though. Let's take a look at them. Also, I should mention for this, I'm gonna give myself a pass or a fail mark. So, ideally, I wanna get all passes, but it's probably not going to happen. 50% though, that's what I'm going for, that's what I'm aiming for. If I can get 50%, I think that's a pretty good prediction. But I pretty much have zero confidence in actually achieving that. So, I don't know, let's just take a look at the footage. Who did I pick for the minor premiers / the premiers? So first off, we're going to start off with the minor premiers. I think the minor premiers at the end of the year will be the Roosters once again. While we're at it, I think they're going to win the premiership as well, back to back. So yeah, Roosters to do the double, get the minor premiership and the premiership. Okay, that's a good start. The Roosters, I think they're definitely on track to getting the minor premiership. They've been the best team by far so far. Only 8 rounds in, but it looks like they're probably going to win the premiership as well. So I'm going to give myself a pass mark for that. Now on to the wooden spoon. I already know, I remember this one. This one is definitely a massive fail. I was thinking after round 4, this one's going to be a fail. Let's have a look. Roll the footage. Going all the way to the opposite end of the table, we got the wooden spooners. I'm predicting the Canberra Raiders to come last. Yeah, not one of the best predictions. I mean, going into the season, a lot of question marks over White, and I think I even mentioned Caesar. Obviously, Caesar's not playing. A lot of their new English signings have been very, very good. I was thinking that they're losing Junior Paulo and Shannon Boyd and stuff like that was going to be a big loss. Obviously hasn't been. They've just gone from strength to strength in their forwards, but I think the big thing has been Nicole Klodstad at fullback has been outstanding, and also Rapana as well came back like round 2. So yeah, Raiders definitely surprising me. Now onto the Dally M. Now this one's a bit interesting. I don't really know how to pass and fail this one because it's so early on, but let's see who I predicted. Now onto the Dally M medal winner. Now this one's hard to predict because you got to take into account, it doesn't necessarily reflect who is actually the best player. It's more so who polls the best. So sometimes you get players who, they poll 2 points even though they play shit just purely because of their name. And because of that, I think Kalen Ponga will win. So obviously Kalen Ponga didn't have the best start to 2019 playing at 5'8", but he's moved to fullback. He's actually started getting a few points, a few Dally M points. He finds himself on 4 points at the moment. So I'm going to give myself a pass for that one because he's actually not that far off the top. Now we move on to the top try scorer. Let's see who I picked. But I'm going to go for someone out of left field. I'm going to go for Reem Smith. He did score a lot of tries for the Bulldogs in a very short time in first grade, and I think after a good preseason, the Bulldogs seem to be going to play a bit more attacking. I think he'll score a fair few tries. Now I think Reem Smith's actually been a pretty good pick. Last week he picked up a double. Cody Walker finds himself in first with 9 tries. I wouldn't expect him to continue that, but I mean, you go back a few weeks ago, maybe Reem Smith was a bad choice, but he's really picked it up, and I'm pretty happy with that. He's in the top 10. I'll take that. That's a pass for me. You know what? A pretty strong start here. Maybe I've absolutely smashed this. 3 passes, 1 fail, well above the 50%. I'll take it. Now we move on to the top point scorer. Who did I pick here? I think there's only 2 people who can possibly win that. That first one being Jared Croker from the Raiders. Second one being Jermaine Asako from the Broncos. I think Asako's going to get it because I think he'll score more tries. And I think the Broncos will score more points in general. So more opportunities for him to, goal kick. And yeah, so pretty much top point scorer. It's always going to be someone who scores and does the goal kicking. And Asako fixed the bill this year. Okay, this one's a massive fail. This one's worse than the Raiders. I mean, this guy, he isn't even playing first grade anymore. He's being dropped this week. He hasn't been scoring tries, hasn't been scoring points in general. He can't even catch a bloody ball. So yeah, big fail on this one. Now onto my rookie prediction. Fingers crossed it's not as bad as that last one. Moving on to rookie of the year. Now this is a very tough one because obviously we don't really know who's going to actually play this year in terms of rookies. One player we do know for sure though is Zach Lomax. We know he will get a go at some point for the Dragons. I think he will end up being rookie of the year. Also special mention to the Rabbitohs, Corey Allen. I think he's a good shout as well. Pretty sure he's going to get the starting fullback role, and in such an important position, I could easily see him getting rookie of the year, or even if he plays wing or something. If he gets a go, I think he'll go very close. Another one being Bronson Xerri as well for the Sharks. It's just a matter of who gets an opportunity early enough and is able to impress. Okay, this one was pretty bad as well. I mean, I was talking about Zach Lomax being a sure thing to start in first grade in 2019. I don't think he was. I don't think he played the first few weeks. At least he was on the bench and barely played. He's only just come into the starting team just recently, and he hasn't been setting the world on fire, and Breton Nakora has been killing it, so I'm going to give this one a fail. That strong start's already been ruined. Now on to the biggest improvers in 2019. Let's see who I picked. For biggest improvers, I don't think this is going to be much of a shock, but I'm going to pick the Newcastle Knights. Now, they didn't make the 8 last year, and I think that did surprise a lot of people. A lot of people had them in the 8. You can see sort of halfway through there's a few injuries and stuff, but you can kind of see, yeah, things weren't quite there just yet. But I think they've made a lot of good signings. Jesse Ramian being the main one, adding Clemmer as well. And I think they're definitely going to make the 8. I'd be surprised if they don't make the top 4. There is a question mark on their hooker position though. Yeah, so straight up, I'm just going to say, yep, no, big fail for me. The Knights are not being good at all. Nathan Brown has coached his team abysmally. I mean, playing Kalen Ponga at 5'8" instead of fullback was just terrible. Granted, in the last few weeks, they finally picked up a bit of form, but they're so far down the ladder. Like, I thought they were going to be a top 4 team. Definitely does not look the case. I'm not even sure they've actually improved from 2018, let alone being the biggest improvers of 2019. So, yes, definitely a fail. Now we're going to take a look at the opposite. Who did I pick for the biggest fall of 2019? Now, for the biggest fall of 2019, this was a bit of a hard one, but I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm. I mean, they did make the grand final last year. A lot of people thought they were going to win the premiership for sure. That didn't happen. Now they've lost Billy Slater, and there's still a lot of question marks over who's going to be their fullback, who's going to be their halfback. Is Cameron Smith, is he going to retire soon? Who knows? But, yeah, I think they're going to struggle this year. And when I say struggle, I don't mean they're going to miss the 8 or anything. I just mean compared to previous years where, you know, they made 2 grand finals in a row. They won one of them. I don't think they're going to get anywhere near the grand final this year. Okay, straight up, another one. That's another fail for me. The Melbourne Storm have started the season very, very strong. Granted, the last few weeks, the last month, I'm going to say, they haven't looked that good. They've kind of played how I thought they would play to start the season, but the start of the season has got them out of trouble, and I'm going to give them a pass, which means it's a fail for me. So let's take a look at my last prediction. Last but not least, the biggest surprise of the year. Let's take a look at who I picked. Now onto my last prediction. It's the surprise packet of the year. Now there's going to be a lot of bias in this one because I'm picking the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Now they actually are the favourites for the Wooden Spoon according to the TAB, according to the betting marketplace sort of thing. So, you know, they are expected to come last. I don't think they will come last, obviously, as I've already picked the Raiders, but I think the Bulldogs are going to do a lot better than people expect. Yeah, not a good end to these predictions. The Bulldogs, yeah, another bad one. That's another fail. Surprise packet. Yeah, they surprised me with how bad they've played in some games. Some games have been very good. They've been very good in some games. Other games have been absolutely abysmal. So I can't give them a pass mark, which means I also get the fail once again. So all up, I ended up with 3 passes and 6 fails. So yeah, pretty poor for me, but I mean, it's footy. It's just what's going to happen. It's so unpredictable, and that's the beauty of rugby league. Leave in the comment section below, guys, how have your predictions gone? For your sake, I'm hoping a lot better than mine. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's on the screen right now. My Facebook is also in the description below. I've been posting on that a little bit more. And go ahead and add me on Snapchat. It's also MrLuke on YT. Anyway, guys, end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.